Hello and welcome to Tarot by the Moon. This is Tasha at Tarot by the Moon. Hi everyone. Thank you so much to my new subscribers. There's a couple of new subscribers, a couple of new countries involved. So hello everybody. Thank you. Thank you for all the likes, shares and comments that I've received and all the helpful feedback that I've received also. It's absolutely wonderful to connect with you all once again. So we're in a new season, a new moon. We're in September. Happy September. Happy Virgo season to all my Virgo friends. Happy birthday. New moon in Virgo, so a whole new fresh season. I always feel like September's like a season in between seasons, if you know what I mean. There's definitely a freshness to it, and there's definitely a welcome change. It's another way that the universe takes care of us, I suppose. If we had some, as wonderful as summer is, undoubtedly, we had summer forever, we'd all go crazy. So it's nice to have that change of the colours, the change of the nights drawing in a little bit, just a change of energy. It's absolutely wonderful and refreshing. So we're in Virgo. Now, one thing I wanted to say about going into Virgo season and the new moon was Virgo, end of August for a start, end of August, beginning of September. A lot of us may have been feeling quite a restless sort of energy, okay? A restlessness, a little bit uneasy, a little bit, it's natural to feel that, okay? Virgo's going to ask us to, now, it's known as the signs of the perfectionist, I want to say, yeah, but it's going to ask us to look at, what we can do better, what we can do right, how we can work smarter and things like that. So let's get it right. It's very detail oriented. Downside of Virgo is you might become your own worst self-critic. Don't criticise, scold yourself too badly, and others around you, of course. Take your time. We're in the very beginning of the new moon now. I've come in a little bit late to do this reading. I haven't been feeling very well. I've had as many of you know, follow my channel by now, around about that time of the moon, I get quite sketchy energy. I get very headachy, and I've been purging a lot of energy, let's just put it like that, over the last few days or so. So I've come in today feeling a bit better, feeling a bit more normal. What I've got is a sense of, right, Virgo, we need to get things right. It's time to get things right. It's time to get things sorted. And I love that. I welcome this season. I need this energy. I'm Cancerian in my main sun sign. So I need that. I need that kick at the backside. I need that let's get organised sort of thing, okay? I love it. We're in the very early stages. So before we go laying intentions, making plans, and manifesting this month, what I wanted to do was pull right back. We're in the very beginning of the new moon, okay? And let's just learn to be present. Let's just learn to be present with what's actually going on before we go making plans to change XYZ or improve XYZ or whatever it is that we're looking to manifest through the next month over the course of this moon phase. Let's take a step back and make sure we're getting it right from the start. So it's like take a little step back and go, right, it's about being present. This is what came to me this morning. It's about actually being present, bringing presence even into where you're at, what is actually going on, understanding what is actually going on before you go tweaking it, changing it, upgrading it, or whatever other ideas you've had. Before you do that, the correct way to do it would be to actually understand what it is that's going on and be present with that, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's none of those things, whatever it is just to see clearly and understand and bring your energy to a state of presence where you actually are being truly honest with yourself with what is going on, what isn't going on. I hope this is coming through or coming across before we actually start setting intentions, okay? So it's like a pre-intention preparation. And that, I thought, that is very Virgo. That is very thorough. Oh, before we even start, let's make sure we're starting right. That's probably a better way for me to say it. Okay. So I hope you're with me on that. So next week we'll be looking at intention setting a little bit more, wherever how we're progressing with that Virgo energy. But today, this week in particular, because like I say, end of August, beginning of September does feel a little bit unsettled, restless even. let's actually just be present with the actual circumstances of our life, okay, before we go any deeper into the moon energy of Virgo, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Let's get on with the reading. I'm just going to call in the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading today for ourselves, for our spirit guides, for our ancestors, for anyone overseeing this reading today, for the planet we live on, for the universe we live in, for all of the life here, the animal life, the plant life, all of the life, the interdimensional life, all of the life in other galaxies, nothing but radical compassion and love. Anyone that comes into your reading today, comes up in your energy today, nothing but radical compassion and love. And so it is. Just for new viewers, you don't need to be any particular star sign to join in with this reading, okay? You might find that it really speaks to you on a personal level. You might see how it affects the world at large. It's usually a bit of both. It's what I call a microcosm, macrocosm reading. A lot of stuff might really resonate with you. Please let me know. Please give me the feedback. Please give me the thumbs up. Please give me the subscribe, okay? So let's go in, my darlings. I'm loving this. I feel a freshness. I've got to be honest. There's a... Oh, right. I'm going to do that again because they just flipped. I don't like the way they flipped over there. Let's just concentrate my shuffle a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so just for new viewers, you don't need to be any particular sign. Okay, different signs come up and we go through that as they come up. But you don't need to be. It works within the elements of air, water, fire and earth, and the air will represent our thought processes, our mental processes and mental health and how we're doing with all of that, and the water will represent our emotional state and our heart and how we're doing with all of that, and the fire will represent our passion and our creativity and our drive and how that's all doing, and the fourth one will represent the earth, how we're actually manifesting on the earth plane on a day-to-day. Okay. I only ever take the flippers and the fallers from my shuffles. It's just a little way I've devised. Just a little spread I've come up with, and it seems to be working. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. Right, straight away, my loves. Okay, there's our 4. So coming up in the area of air, which represents our mental health, our thought processes, and how we're doing with all of that. We're going to use the pentacles again. I'm sure we had this last week. I'm sure we had it twice. Let me know. I might be wrong. I feel like we did. No, we did. We definitely had Ace of Pentacles twice, but I'm not sure what area it came up in, to be honest with you, right now. But today's come up in the area of air. It's come up in the area of our thoughts, our mental health. It's an Ace of Pentacles. It's fantastic. It's very, very strong. I always say to you guys, and you regular followers of me will know this, but in case you haven't followed me before, in traditional old school tarot, if you didn't turn over an ace straight away, not straight away, but within the initial shuffle, it was considered that the energy wasn't there, that you were to do it again, and if it still didn't come up, you were to leave it for another day. So I'm really, really happy to see that ace there. There's a lot of strong energy here today. And this is showing that we've got a lot of mental strength at the minute as well. We've got a good idea about what we want to manifest in Virgo season, can I say. We have a very good idea of it even, I want to say. But we need to understand where we're at right now before we go pushing ahead in any direction with any of that. I'm just feeling a really strong energy of that. Like, somebody who's got a real good idea of how they want to bring things into balance, and bringing my attention to the fact that this is a pentacle in the middle. If we follow the lines there, yeah, you can draw it with one line. It represents all the elements. I know by the power of air, by the power of water I dare, by fire I will, by earth I am silent still, and in their heart and height I'll tread my road aright. That's a Wiccan phrase, for want of a better way of saying it, I suppose. But it represents all. I'm just being shown that this doesn't just represent air or earth even, that it actually represents all the elements in balance today, which I don't normally see in that card. High manifestation. So we're entering a phase that now in our minds we've got it all sorted, we've got everything in balance, and we know how we're manifesting. We really, really do. We're starting to really, really see it. So brilliant. I'm loving that. Moving on to the next area, we've got coming up in our area of water, another really strong energy. Very, very strong energy today. The Magician, one of the stronger energies in the entire tarot. This is coming up in our area of our feelings and our heart. And again, he's got, that's the whole thing with the Magician. Well, part of the whole thing. He's got each of the elements there in front of him. He's got a cup, he's got a pentacle, he's got a sword, he's got a rod. The sword represents the air, represents our minds. The rod represents the passion, the creativity and the fire. The disc represents the earth, okay? And the cup represents our heart and our emotions. And he's also got that like crystal ball in the middle of the table as well, which I suppose, well, to me, it's suggesting an element of the unseen as well. So we've got all of that at our command. We've got our heart and mind in perfect balance here. The elements, there's a beautiful balance of elements here. Absolutely beautiful, and I'm so happy to see that as we're entering a new season, because like I say, August to September can feel difficult sometimes, awkward energy about it. It's quite tiring. We're shifting into another season and all that, but no. This beautiful energy is very, very balanced. And I'm glad to see that, because in the last few readings, and if you haven't watched them, do go back and watch them. There was a lot of issues of balance coming up, so we'll obviously work through that now in time to get into the Virgo energy. I'm so happy to see that. Next one coming up we've got is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is there in our area of fire, our passions, creativity and drive. So this is what's all coming from our solar plexus. This is how we get things done. This is how we get motivated. This is our fire. It's a very emotional card. It's the King of Cups. He's emotional, but he's emotionally mature. He's the king. He's not a page. He's not a knight. He's the king. Okay? He's not a queen even. He's the king, you know? He's able to take control of emotional situations. He's able to master emotions. He's his own emotional anchor. If you're feeling a little bit lost in your emotions or a little bit down or anything like that, remember that you've been through so much. You've been through so much. You're at your king energy. Your passions are at your king energy. You can use your passions and your emotions to bring into being whatever you want in your life. And you're starting to realise that. You're starting to realise that, how many times you've got lost emotionally or got off track or lost yourself even a little bit. But now it's like, even if we start to get a little bit lost, you're able to pull it back really easily, where in the past you might have just wallowed in that deep water and got even more lost and sort of, I want to say, the despair of that, and stayed in that. Now you go, okay, I got a little bit lost. Oh, I nearly lost myself there. I found my way back through. I'm absolutely fine. I'm absolutely fine. The way he's holding that cup as well is, I don't know, today is speaking to me of, there's a caution there. He's almost, he's willing to give it to the right person. I want to say, and I've never said this before but I'm saying it now, because this is a channel and this is an intuitive reading and this is how I work. I want to say it's as if he is willing to share that cup with somebody, more than willing. He'd love to share that cup with somebody even, but he's not just going to give it away like free lollipops at a market on a summer fete or something, okay? He's done that in the past. He's learned his emotional maturity. He's grounded. He's in control of it without being a control freak. He's able to flow with those emotions. He's wanting to give it to somebody. He's wanting to share it with somebody. But he's only going to share that with somebody who's equally as grounded, or who is able to stand on their own 2 feet after the initial help he's given them or offered them, or support that he's offered them, or whatever that is. I feel like that means something to somebody very, very much. 5 of Cups coming up in our area of what we're manifesting on the earth. Now, Okay, we're going to dig into this a little bit with some clarifiers in a minute, because the Five of Cups, to be honest with you, I'd like to see a little bit more than that. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're understanding that we're going to move forward when the time is right, as the mantra says at the bottom there. But the thing about the Five of Cups is being careful of getting stuck in that regret, okay? We've grown out of that now. We know we're there. Deep at our core, deep at our solar plexus, deep within our core. We know we've grown out of that old habit. I think this is just a case of an old habit dying hard for somebody, but you can't help looking back with a little bit of regret. Something that didn't go as you thought it would go, or quite as quickly as you thought it would go, or whatever's happened there. There's a little bit of a sense of regret and loss, okay? Regret and loss very often is Spirit's way of protecting us. It's Spirit's way of teaching us that we need to bring more self-love, self-worth to the table before we're able to offer that cup properly. I hope that makes sense for somebody, because I'm feeling that really strong. I feel like that's what it's about. Let's clarify. Let's clarify with a little bit of thought. Oh, straight away. I'm going to go in again, my loves, because that wasn't right. I've started to realise I need to slow down and improve my shuffling a lot. I hope you appreciate that and that you've noticed that. Okay, it's just what Spirit's guided me to do lately, is just to... Sometimes I go a bit quiet as well, just for you new viewers. If I go quiet, it's just like, I'm not one of these readers who believes that especially because I'm doing the YouTube channel, or even if you have a reading with me face to face or over the phone or wherever, I'm not one of these readers who believes I've got to chat all the time and fill in the airspace, or people are going to get bored and switch my channel off, because that's just not how it works. Sometimes it's completely necessary to go quiet because I'm downloading, because I'm getting messages, okay? And if I'm chatting all the time because I'm worried about people switching off my channel, then I'm not going to hear those messages clearly. Does that make sense? That's just the way I work. I'm not criticising the way anyone else works, because and one of the things the Spirit's asked me to do is actually to just slow down when I'm shuffling. There we go. See? Now, much better. Okay, let's see what's coming up there. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, first one out, Queen of Wands. Love a Queen of Wands. Actually, Tarot of the Day today, if you follow my Tarot of the Day on my Facebook page, was a Queen of Wands energy. Now, this one came out in the reverse. Okay, it's come a bit to clarify that Ace of Pentacles. So we've got a good idea of what we're going for, what we're trying to manifest at the minute with that Ace of Pentacles in our area of air, I'd say, in the area of our minds, okay? This Queen, she can just be herself and naturally draw to her everything that she desires. She's come out, there's a little bit of imbalance. She's come out in the reverse. Sometimes you're still questioning that, my loves. We're going to get into it. So happy to see these two together. Now, this is it. Heart and head stuff. And you know how I feel about the heart and head stuff and getting it all working as one thing, okay? So there's a little tiny bit of discord between the head and the heart here. This is what I mean about this Virgo energy and this new moon energy. We need to be present with what is actually going on before we start manifesting, okay? This couldn't be a better combination or a more powerful combination, and I'm so super excited to see them together, because to me they're the ultimate power couple. You've got the High Priestess and the Magician. The Priestess has come up to back up the Magician. I mean, come on. What more could you want? And this is in the heart. This is in our feelings. This is how we feel. This can also represent a very, very, very magnetic attraction between two people. The beginning of a very powerful sort of love affair, okay? A meeting of mind, spirit, as well as anything else. Chemistry off the charts. It's a very unusual combination. I'm so happy to see them together. You would not believe how happy that's made me. The High Priestess, she's coming in to bless this. She sees everything, okay? This is what I mean about presence. This is what I mean about being present with your circumstances. There's no one more present than this, okay? Especially in this deck. Look at her. She's in total synthesis and knowing and understanding, okay? and she's at home with it as well. This is like, as well, I want to say, your psychic abilities are, at the minute, you're starting to understand that psychic abilities are not just like about mind reading people or seeing the future or that sort of thing. It's more about understanding your feelings, because it's come up in the area of the heart, and this is a way that we're moving forward and learning to understand how we use our quantum field and things like that. I mean, if there's anything more representative of a quantum field, just check out that priestess again. It's about understanding how you feel about things and acting from there. So if you feel like something's off, something's off. If you feel like something's making you feel good, it's making you feel good. If you feel like something's taking over areas of your life that it shouldn't be taking over, whatever, follow your feelings. If it's making you happy, but you can't figure out all the details of how it's going to work on the ground, it doesn't matter. It's making you happy. Just keep following that. Okay, if it ticks all the boxes, but yet it's still not making you happy, there's still an empty feeling, like your cup's not being filled up properly, then it's wrong. Take your focus off that. And I feel like that's something massive that's been learned here in the collective and individually for people. But this is massive. This is collective. Flipping beautiful energy. Wow. Wow. Okay. Hermit's come up in the area of fire. Hermit represents Virgo. I'm really happy to see Hermit, being as we're welcoming in New Moon in Virgo, because it is Virgo's energy and Virgo's card very much. Love this Hermit. Love this whole deck, in fact. This Hermit come up to support the King of Cups. So it's about going inward. This is about reflection, self-reflection, knowing when to go inward, knowing when to keep to yourself, knowing that when you do that, that's when your greatest intuitions and wisdoms and insights arise. Okay, not being scared to do that. And that's what I mean about that King of Cups and that emotional maturity that I'm getting with him. It's like he knows when to give from that cup and who to give to from that cup and why he's giving from that cup. Presence. If ever there was more energy of presence, surely it's a Hermit supporting a King of Cups. Totally present with your emotions, totally understanding why you're giving, you're not just like, perhaps we might have been in the past, I've just fallen crazy in love with somebody and it's, or I've just decided I'm just going to go but boldly for this next project or this next business venture or whatever it is. No, now there's a very not measured to the point where it's sort of taking the shine off it. It's flowing beautifully. It's the King of Cups. It's flow. It's water. But there's a deep wisdom. There's a deep understanding of the wise wherefores that you're doing what you're doing when you're giving somebody a sip of that cup. Okay? And like I say, there's times when you know you need to retreat. There's times when you know you need to hide. Because when you do that, that's when your cup gets filled back up. It's filling your own cup back up as well, very much, I'm feeling. It's learning to fill it up from source even. And not look to other people to fill your cup up. Because that's the real trick, isn't it? It's not to find a partner that fills my cup up all the time. It's to have the cup overflowing already. And you get that from source. You get that from pure energy. You get that from nature. You get that naturally, and you figure it out. And you figure out that sometimes you need to withdraw. Sometimes you need to take a break from always giving your cup, always looking for somebody to share a cup with. And that's just spot on. You need to withdraw your energy. That's when your cup fills back up. Is when I've withdrawn. Because it's that law of attraction thing's been shown to me now as well, of especially with twin flame energy and soulmate energy and all of that sort of thing, where if you chase somebody, they'll run away. They'll run away. If you stay still, stay in your power, or even withdraw, and they're meant for you, they'll come looking for you. Or there's still lessons for you both to learn out of it, even though it might be still a little bit toxicity in there or whatever. They'll come back. They will, and you'll work it out. So it's that level of maturity I'm getting there. That's absolutely beautiful. A lot of magic here today, a lot of strong energy of pure manifestation, pure magic. I mean, we've got the magician, we've got the priestess, and we've got the hermit. We've got the Queen of Wands. She's feeling a little bit shaky sometimes in her mind. It's all in the mind, though. It's all in the mind. It's only in her mind, in her heart and her soul and all the other bits and bobs. She knows. She knows she got it going on. She knows she got it going on. She knows she just needs to be herself and relax and allow everything to come to her instead of chasing after it. Okay? Magnetism. Magnets don't need to chase. Queen of Swords has come up to clarify our Five of Cups, where there was feeling sense, a little bit of regret, a little bit of looking back, a little bit of that old paradigm way of doing things. Maybe it's just, like I say, old habits staying hard. Queen of Swords has come in to clarify that for us. Another beautiful Queen energy. Okay. Very, very logical, very, very sharp, very able to cut out those senses of regret. So those feelings of regret and loss and hurt and, oh, it's gone wrong again and I've got to feel regret because something's been cut off or blocked or whatever this is for somebody, right? Quickly, like I say, with our King of Cups, it was coming up there for me very strong as well. Quickly, very quickly, very, 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 very quick energy, the Queen of Cups. You're able to go, yeah, okay, and I'm feeling all that, and that's also old paradigm, and that's also 3D, and I'm not feeling that anymore. I'm cutting those feelings off. I'm not allowing myself to wallow in regret. I'm not allowing myself to wallow in, oh, what if I'd done this differently? What if I'd done that differently? That's from you're from somebody. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's the past. Just stay in the present. Let's be present with the present. Let's just understand exactly what's going on. Okay? It's gone. But you've still got your other cups to look forward to. And as soon as you start to do that, you'll move forward. So it's about being able to logically look at a situation and go, okay, that happened, or whatever. Fine. I'm moving on. I'm taking that sword. I'm working from my mind. I'm refocusing. That's something for somebody. This is what I'm saying about this whole energy we're in right now. Let's refocus. Let's refocus on that is, okay, that we're trying to manifest. Abundance. This can represent groundedness in love. This can represent good health. This can represent money, obviously. But it's very, very healthy energy. It's, like I say, I feel like there's a lot of the elements in balance here. It feels a very, very healthy growth, very abundant. You'll be abundant in love. You'll have what you wanted. You'll have enough money. You'll have enough of whatever it is, energy, health, whatever it is that you need to proceed this month. Okay, absolutely. I'm loving this reading. Just being asked to slow down and look at it again. Okay, I'm getting Virgo energy here, obviously. This is coming up quite strong for the Hermit to come up in Virgo season. It's really auspicious as well. I'm getting Aries. I'm getting Scorpio. Scorpio keeps creeping in, but it's do you know what I feel like it is? I thought it the other day. Scorpio's been sort of nudging at me, but it's not making it obvious to me why I'm getting all this Scorpio energy, or that it's a particular person or anything like that. But I feel like we need to concentrate on, and I said this to one of my friends the other night, I feel like we need to concentrate on what we're manifesting, being present with actually what's going on, and coming out, sort of bringing ourselves out of la la land, getting down to earth with this Virgo energy before Scorpio season starts, because that's a deep, 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 deep dive, and every time it comes around it hits you for 6. So as much as we can get sorted out by then, so much better. Everything is going to be here so much smoother. The rest of the year is going to pan out, I want to say. because obviously we've got the autumn equinox next month, and then we'll be going into the darker half of the year leading up to the winter solstice. And yeah, let's concentrate here, okay? I want to say this as well, and I don't normally say things like this, but it's being shown to me now. This is why I go quiet. It feels like there's 2 or 3 even female figures. Now, somebody might have a choice between 3 ladies in their life. It might be a family situation. This might be sisters, siblings. It might be close friends. One of them's really out of balance at the minute. One of them needs some extra love, some extra understanding. All right. But there's an energy of 3 females here. It's been shown to me very clearly. And I don't normally read this like this, but this is the way it goes. 3 of them. It could be sisters, could be mums, it could be a family, any family combination. It could be work colleagues, it could be friends. It could be a person's choosing between 3 females that they've got a possibility of love with, or something like that. Okay, one of them in particular is very imbalanced, and they need extra. You need to be present with what's going on there, or they need that extra love, or they need to be stepped away from. It could be either. I'm going to do another card to see. I don't normally do this, but I've been asked to. Let's see where this Queen of Wands energies. Oh, see, I did it again. Okay. Okay. Why is this Queen of Wands energy out of balance? Who's this? What can we do? Okay. Card. Okay. Death. Scorpio. I said Scorpio energy, didn't I? Okay. This needs to be sorted out before Scorpio season. So let's try. If this is you, this might be even an element of yourself that's out of balance. All right. If you've got fire in your chart, if you've got Leo, Sagittarius, Aries anywhere in your chart, especially like prominently, like so Moon or Rising or Venus. I say Venus at the minute because that's very prominent in the astrology at the minute as well. Have a little look, have a little think, perhaps where you're out of balance, where the fire is in your chart, and perhaps where you're out of balance, because the death energy's coming, Saturn energy, it's coming in to take away that imbalance if you work with it now. All right. If this is a toxic person that you need to cut out, then you can work with that energy of death now and allow it to be taken away from you. If this is a choice that you're making between 3 people, you can whittle it down to 2 at least. Or you may be in a polyamorous, you may be in a, or what you put it as it takes it, but one of them is quite toxic and needs this death energy to be allowed to come up and take that energy away from you. Or it could be something you're working out in yourself, in your own fire. Work it out, okay? It's weird because I don't normally get that sort of, as you know, it's worth me going quiet because that's how it comes up. Excuse me, my loves. Okay, what else do we need to look at today? We need to look at a moon, because I've promised you a moon. Promised you a moon every time now. So let's come up with the moon rituals. Let's have a look what's coming up with the moon rituals. Their guidance. don't like that when they fall over the hand. I don't count that. Let's see. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, we're shifting a lot of energy with the moon this month, I want to say. That Scorpio death energy, shifting, something, yeah. This is such a beautiful, wonderful reading, but just that one thing there, there's that balance, that Queen of Wands energy, there's no balance. Okay, it's not confident. And I mean, she's all about confidence, but this is not it. This is what you need to remove. This is what you need to weed out. This is what I mean about being totally present and honest with what's going on with us, okay? So you'll know what that is. Like I say, if you've got any fire in your chart, have a look. There we go. This evening, my spirit guide encouraged me to take chances and lead with love. So, spirit guides coming in to work with you. Spirit is always working with us, whether we realise it or not. Many of you may be having direct experiences with these spirit guides. Absolutely amazing. Please let me know about that. I'd love to hear about that stuff. Tonight, it's very specific, isn't it? It doesn't say tonight. Why did I say tonight? I could have sworn that said tonight. That's like a Mandela effect I've just done. But it's not. This is how channeling is. Right, tonight, I'm going to say whatever day you've watched this on, somebody out there, this is really strong, is going to get a love mail. Oh my gosh, what's this? Anyway, you need to take a chance. You need to lead from your heart, okay? So if this is a love thing, this is a love thing. This is a separate story I'm getting you now, guys, okay? Bear with me, because this is a separate story and I need to just focus a minute. Tonight, somebody's going to get a message or communication from somebody, all right? And instead of thinking, like I said to you earlier on, instead of thinking about it logically and going, oh, well, it crosses all the boxes, there's no reason at all why I should, even go there. Instead of going from the brain to sort out the dilemma of your heart, try tuning into your heart. Try tuning into your heart and going, I'm going to lead with love. I'm going to go from what my heart space tells me to do, not from what logic tells me to do. Please take that gamble. Somebody's spirit guide is urging them to do this, and I feel like whenever you watch this, it'll be that you're going to get a message before the end of the day. I'm so excited for somebody. I'm going to do you a romance angel on top of that, because this is like a separate story to the rest of the story that I've got coming up, although you may still relate to it, if that makes sense. Didn't expect that. Wow. What's this for somebody? Romance angels, please come in. Okay, it's really exciting. I feel really, really excited. My heart actually feels like lifted thinking about it. Right. What is this? Please come in. Let me know. Please let me know. Oh. Oh, thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. And I've gone all cold all over because we've got give your relationship a chance. So this person, even though they may have really annoyed, getting a sense of somebody's really annoyed somebody or really acted in a way that they've later regretted or that has really thrown you, caused you to question this connection, okay? Spirit guides are urging you to give it a chance. Act from the heart and give it a chance. Wedding. Somebody might get even a proposal. Who knows? Please let me know. I would love to know what this is. Please get in touch with me and let me know if that resonates with you and if that actually comes about for you. That would be amazing. I'm wishing you all the best. Before it's even happened, I'm wishing you all the best. And so it is. Okay. Now, it might not involve directly a wedding, but for the wedding card to come up, what I'll say is it's definitely very serious. This person might make an apology, might make you an offer, might come in with some kind of a proposal. Let's put it like that. And they might not propose to you yet. There might not be a wedding, literal wedding on the cards yet, or there might be. But it's certainly going to get a lot more serious than you are. They're going to show you that their words are going to show you that they are actually a lot more serious than you thought they were. Okay, that they have reached a level of emotional maturity, perhaps even when this was very strong energy. They have reached their level of emotional maturity, so you can trust them. Now, your logical mind, okay, and your sort of pride, even the Queen of Wands in reverse, might be telling you, no, Tash, no. But please, follow your guidance, follow your spirit guides, because they're coming through very, very strongly to tell somebody that you need to follow your heart and give this a chance. Okay, my loves? Really happy for somebody. Super happy for somebody. Love that energy. The next one I wanted to do, I don't know why, but the Brian Froud's fairies wanted to come in today, so there's something in here for us. I love Brian Froud fairy oracles. My favourite oracle set of all time. Not that I've got hundreds of millions, but just from what I've observed or other people use. And oh no, what do I do with that? What do I want? What's that? Come on now. Okay, thank you. Okay, it was 2. I love this. Oh, it's 3. Oh, okay. So this is actually one of my favourites of all, and she's come out on top there. Nellis the Alchemist, okay? It's about not being able to go back to the old paradigm. It's about not being able to go back to your old ways, because everything's different now. Everything's better now. You do things differently now. You don't get hung up on that 5 of Cups energy anymore. It's all different now. Also, what came up was the Singer of Initiation. I said I felt like we've passed some kind of leveling up yet, okay, which we surely have for that to come out. This one's called Indie. It's about being stuck in an indecision. It's a kind of a 2 of Swords kind of energy, if you're going to relate it to tarot at all. It's about having to make your mind up and realising that whatever choices you make, it's going to be good, because you're always going to find your way. All roads lead back home, I want to say, and you're going to find that there's lessons in loving it all. But I feel like the main energy that we're being asked to concentrate on is Nellis, and I'm so glad, because she's literally my favourite one, favourite fairy out of there. I shouldn't have a favourite, is what I'm being told. Well, no, but you know what I'm saying, guys, as well. You understand, of course. I'm just so happy to see it. It makes perfect sense, perfect confirmation to me as well. So, Nellis the Alchemist, inner transformation, irrevocable change. Let's have a bit of that all day long. You may be getting in Nellis's way as she does her work. To put it bluntly, you may be the main obstacle of your own path. It may be necessary to transform your attitudes and behaviours. She will first approach you with tact and a kindly, friendly fairy warning, pointing out an alternative path you might try. At this point, it would be well to begin actively cooperating with her energy of alchemical transformation. That is quite a hefty fairy wand she carries, and I'm sure it isn't just for decoration. I asked about that, and I've just got an outrageous grin in reply. So this is what I mean. It's about what you need, not what you want. Okay, it's about what you need, not what you want. That's coming through very strongly for somebody taking a chance in a relationship issue here. Okay. In fairy, and sometimes in our world, alchemy is the study and practice of transforming the soul from the lead of primitive conditioned reactions to the gold of spiritual and practical attainment. Nellis is mistress of the alchemical arts, and she also understands that daily life is a spiritual exercise. It is. She recognises that transformation may take place from the inside out or from the outside in. When things are stuck and movement has become impossible, Nellis firmly waves her rowan wand and things happen in ourselves and in the world. Sometimes things just cannot move without readjustment, perhaps even radical realignment. We may feel that we should be able to bring our plans to fruition, but we may be aiming at the impossible, or at the least the very inappropriate. Part of the impossibility or inappropriateness may be a result of our own attitudes, beliefs or behaviours, and part of it may be circumstances in the world, things that are beyond our control. Often inner transformation is required in order to achieve what we wish for in the outer world. Exactly. Just as conversely, changes in the outer world often elicit inner transformation. Personal inner changes is the truest transformation of all, and in the long run, it is the only change that really counts. Nellis points out a path that we can follow, Jonathan observes, but she does not lead us by the hand along it, although she might give us a nudge if we seem to need it. When an Oracle group member was looking at Nellis, a giggling fairy voice said, "If you concentrate very hard, you can get to the bottom of the problem." Right. When Nellis turns up, get ready for something to happen, inwardly and outwardly. The stuck has become unstuck. The blocks have begun to move. You may have to run to keep up with the speed at which the situation around you is moving. You may also be surprised by the direction things and you are taking. You may find your plans, even your desires and dreams, changing as the transformative process takes place. It might not have been in your plans, but later on you will look back and say, wow, it wasn't what I expected, but it was just what I needed. When we have been through such an alchemical process, we can never go back to what we were before, which is probably just as well. See what I mean? It's a wonderful energy. Very much like a Queen of Wands energy, actually. Okay? But when it's reversed, she can't do her work. Now, this energy can't come in and do her work because you're blocking, you're not seeing, you're insisting on taking things a certain way. Or insisting on the outer change manifesting before you've done the inner work. I feel there's a strong message here today as well. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it makes sense. Bless Nellis. Okay. I hope this makes sense. I hope this has been enjoyable. Please hit the like. Please subscribe. Please look after your beautiful selves. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Let's figure out what we need to be present with to clear up this bit of, so Nellis can come in and do her work. This fire out of balance, whatever that is. Let's give love a chance if that's what's happening for us and that's what's coming in for us. Let's just do that. Let's just follow our heart and go with that. And there's so much magnetism here. There is so much magic in this reading. Let's just be grateful to Spirit that we are able to have all of these elements in balance, that we can manifest and create a life for ourselves and a new world with. Okay? And so it is. I'll speak to you next week. Okay? All the love, all the light.